Hey, happy Friday to you, sports fan. We welcome you to the Proview Rundown here in the beautiful Proview Network studios. I'm your host, Adam Neal, and I am here with the crew in the zoo. What's going on, guys? Everyone good?
We're good.
All right. Josh, you good?
Adam?
Oh, we got some really good games coming up. In fact, we've got 4 games for you tonight. So it's a busy night here on Proview Networks. Live on Comcast 26, we'll have Atrisco Heritage playing host to El Dorado. Really excited about that matchup. That, no doubt, no matter which poll you look at, that's a top 5 matchup. Both teams with a nice start to their season. So the rest of our schedule we'll go over here in just a little bit, but some highlights to get to. And the Rio Rancho Rams trying to maintain a pretty hot start for them for their season. And Highland also has a nice start as well, as they have dipped down into the classification of 4A. So here's what happened last night at Rio Rancho High School.
Going up, fly up the court. Drive, Chavez. The foul line, Carrasco turns and he buries 12 points, 12 rebounds a game for Barraza. I don't think a lot of people in the city, that's a beauty. To Hodnett, nice quick pass from Patterson to Gallegos. Goes by his man, now he gets a nice look to Barraza, and he'll have an and one as Patterson picked the Rams. Thought about it at the foul line, instead they'll kick it out. Hodnett, yes.
Now to go for one. I guess not.
There's a 3 up in the air, yes! In double figures already, heat check time, no. But the rebound right there for Limas. Limas goes back up with it, no. On the back tap, they'll get it to Barraza. He lost it on the way up, but look at that, they save it to Hune. He's gonna drive, he's gonna dish underneath. They whip it ahead quickly to Marquez. Marquez all the way off the whip. Carrion, oh man, he's on fire. And Gallegos back to Owen on the baseline drive, only.
Being well coached and well executed.
And Hune with the reverse of his own. Patterson's back in there, they can take the lead or tie. Gallegos, oh, it's blocked, send it up. No, that's that same play they ran for Patterson earlier. That's blocked up top by Murillo. Patterson on the step back. Oh, a long 3, yes. Chavez up top. Chavez going all the way. Oh, it's blocked off the. Gallegos is posted up deep in there.
Was that double team?
It didn't matter. Barraza gives it back to Limas. Away over Gallegos, no, but there's Barraza. The turnaround.
The 2-foot area.
On the drive, Marquez, yes. 2:43 to play, the lead's 1. Nice out of bounds play. Patterson working on Limas. Yes.
Take the lead by 2.
This is 4-3, and it was right over Limas. Here comes Hune all the way with the left hand. Hodnett open on the right wing for 3. Splish. Open, no. There's Highland coming out with the rebound. Hune on the baseline. Oh, what a feed inside! Trying to get it back on the other end here. To Olney, who's cutting down the lane. Patterson over Limas. Yes! Buries ahead to Gallegos. And Blaine, look at that move off the window. They'll try to get it ahead to Gallegos. Blaine to Chavez, back to Blaine off the window. Trying to skip it across. Dangerous pass. Patterson with the steal. In transition off the window. Take it away. Carrion got his man in the air, and he puts it up and in over through the contact. Hune, he gets only in the air, and he blocked it straight. 20 to play on the bounce. They get it in. Oh, another one! Kick it out. Long 2, yes. Almost had that taken away. Now he does have it taken away. Lucero. Oh, Patterson! Trying to flush it home.
Okay, so you see that in there, Patterson gets a dunk. Did they count that? I think they did. Okay, because, I mean, it was in. Okay, so Rio Rancho goes to 4-1. Highlands drops to 3-2. Entertaining game. I think Highlands going to actually be pretty competitive in 4A this year, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Adam. I saw them play against Cibola earlier this year, and they're pretty good. They're going to be able to hold their own in the class of 4A, I believe, for sure. Like, if you look in years past, Rio Rancho probably would have blown them out by 20, 30 points, but the fact that they're able to keep it within 15 points, I'd say that's pretty good. I think for 4A, I mean, Rio Rancho is one of the hottest teams in 5A right now. So
Well, I guess
I'm looking for big things from the Highland Hornets in 4A.
I guess Rio Rancho's win in Santa Fe looks really good right now because of how Santa Fe is playing. I didn't expect Rio Rancho to be, it's early, 4-1, okay, but I didn't expect them to be, somewhere where we're talking about them inside the top 6 or 7 teams so far, and I think that's where they are right now. I haven't seen them play yet, but I mean, obviously Patterson, the younger only, you got Gallegos on the inside. I mean, they have pieces here. Their district is ridiculously tough, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think of this Highland team after watching them last night. They just they're that team that's super fit. They'll never quit. They're going to keep running and gunning. But also, Sebastian said most of that team came from playing soccer. They went from soccer to football or to basketball. So they're just playing hard out there. But a couple of them, they had a Quinn kid, but he's shifty. He could shoot the ball. And then Barrazo, he can, obviously, you see him swatting all these guys. But I don't know. We'll see. I want to see Rio Rancho play somebody like a Volcano Vista or
No,
something.
I'm with you. And actually, both of them have very tough districts. I mean, Highlands district in 4A is extremely tough with, Valley that's dropped down to 4A with them, and Hope Christian and Bernalillo, and, it's a mess, right? So going to be, and Del Norte, who's off to a really nice start in 4A
Go Knights.
as well. So we'll get more to these two teams as the season progresses. We're going to intro some of our monster games, and we're going to go over some of our monster games this weekend because we've got a big My 50 game that we need to talk about as well, and then all the games tonight. It's coming up here in just a minute, but first, it's the Dreamstyle Top 10 Plays of the Week. Go, crossover for Dockery, and he's going to go all the way and a smooch off the wing.
Man, this beat is crazy.
Chip to his left. Oh, Satterfield just wipe it away. Isaiah had that stripped on the way up, and Coach Murphy yelled out one shot, and they went too quickly there. El Abayad has his. Going to have another. One more in transition for Satterfield.
Man, this beat is crazy.
Here comes Messiah Satterfield. Up high, down hard, with no regard for human life.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
This is Coach Borrego of the Charlotte Hornets. Hello to all you parents out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I want to congratulate 38 years for the AYBL. You guys are doing a great job. You've shaped a lot of lives, young men and women, and you'll continue to do that. Parents, get involved, sign your kid up. It's a great program. It helped shape who I am today, helped shape me as a basketball player, as a coach. So get out there, sign them up. Have a great season. Good luck to everybody.
Back to action. Adam Deal now being joined by Tom Dragmeister. Tom, we do it usually every Friday, and glad that we can start back up again as we have hoops rocking and rolling, right?
Yeah, they're going to be going big time. I mean, this next weekend will be kind of a little slower than the ones before with Christmas, being Tuesday. There's not going to be anything happening Monday or Tuesday that I know of, and then the tournaments are going to start up again, and so then we're going to be bonkers again.
Yeah, we got a couple of big tournaments that'll happen next week, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But some of our matchups, and we'll get to matchups tonight, and a couple of them that we find pretty interesting. Centennial, the Hawks will make their way to take on the undefeated Cleveland Storm. Now, Cleveland haven't been at full strength until just recently as Trey Watson started playing, but I guess I don't know, maybe I figured that they were going to be blowing a lot of teams out. They're hanging around kind of with everyone that they're playing, but they're still undefeated, and then there's a test for them as Centennial.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Centennial, or I've looked at their scores and everything, but Cleveland, like you said, I thought Cleveland was going to be better at the beginning, and even without Trey, and then I think Ortega's playing now that wasn't playing earlier. So they had a couple football players that rested in. I don't know if Davison is playing yet or not. Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We saw them obviously at the very beginning of the season. They just had their own tournament that they won, and it was close. I mean, they had Roswell in the semis. They won 100-97. That's the second time Cleveland's put up 100, but they let up 97 points in that one.
I know that. Yes.
And then they beat, in the championship game, they beat Sandia and the Matterhorns. They kept it really close. I was actually talking with Danny Brown, assistant coach to Alvin Broussard, and I think the score was 77-71 in that one. Sandia had their chances. So Cleveland's winning.
Sure.
They're not. It's and that's all that matters, I guess.
And I saw Sandia and El Dorado, and Sandia started off good in that game. And the one kid, he made 6 threes in the first 2 quarters. And
yeah, Lucas Jordan, who can shoot the ball, and they've got some talent. Sandia, and I think Sandia is going to be better as we get into district play. But that is a game that'll be on Comcast Channel 26. This game will be, or I'm sorry, that game will be streamed live. This game will be on Comcast 26. Tom, you and I will be there. El Dorado, the Eagles, they're 5-1 as they take on the Atrisco Heritage Jaguars, 5-1, the defending state champs. Tom, a lot of people believe this should have been the state championship last year. I don't know as if you could say that, because even if El Dorado gets that buzzer beater that Cleveland hit wiped off, they still have to go to overtime. So I don't know, but a lot of a lot of people thought that this could have been the state championship last year.
Yeah, and when you really look at it, and if you were at the game, well, we actually did the game, and we actually knew that the shot was after the buzzer, but that's been proven, and we'll forget about that. But everybody forgets about Cleveland made that comeback because El Dorado was having trouble getting the ball across half court. They went like 4 out of 5 times down where they didn't get it across half court. And so you really got to think long before you think El Dorado's going to beat them in overtime, because Cleveland had all
and maybe
of the
Jalen
momentum.
Munn maybe gets fouled on that shot.
Well,
before,
I think we both, yeah. I mean, that's one you can.
Anyway,
it's over.
Let's look at this game right here. And so Cameron Valencia, Tyler Quintana, we both know they're great guards. And then you look at some of the returners from Atrisco. Josiah Ramos, very crafty guard. He could do a lot of different things.
He's a scorer.
DeMarcus Sutphin, I think, is the best defender in the state. One-on-one, he is just fantastic. He just loves to lock people down. And he's one of those guys that thrives on shutting somebody down.
Well, yeah, and you remember last year when they played Valley, boy, I mean, they had Valley because he guarded Anthony Chavis, and he guarded him, I mean, all the time. That was exciting to watch. And they do have some others back, Elijah, Gaxola.
Yeah. There's a few, I mean, guys maybe that didn't get a lot of time. Rivas. There's a few players for Atrisco, that are coming back that got some time last year. But this is not a bad team. In fact, Tom, Atrisco's only loss is to Las Cruces in the Berlin tournament last week in the semifinals. Very close game. Came down to the last minute, and Las Cruces won by 6. So Las Cruces is 8-0, and they're undefeated. And so that's not a bad loss. And then, I don't think El Dorado's loss to Oñate is bad either. We saw that at the Joe Jaramillo Classic. Ricky Lujan put up 32 points and was brilliant in that game.
And then Moreno had
24.
24. I mean, it was like they had 54 or 5 points of the.
Here's the problem. El Dorado have 2 great guards. Around that, just so far, maybe these players are going to develop. They have some role players you know, that there's just
You
not
know, like
enough pieces.
Carter's a shooter.
What I'm trying to say is Valencia and Quintana cannot have an off night. Either one of them, I think.
No.
If they're solid, then they can beat anybody. If they're not, they can't.
Yeah, and Coach Sanchez, he has Valencia kind of playing the point guard, you know, and he's 6'4", but he handled the ball the games I've seen him play. I saw him play 2, and he's pretty much handling the
Who's
ball.
Sutphin going to guard? Is it going to be Quintana or is it going to be Valencia?
I think it'll be Quintana because Quintana looks to score more. Valencia is more of a scrapper guy. He'll get a rebound or, you know, intercept a pass or something like that. He can do it all, but he's shooting from the outside more this year than he did last year.
Well, let's take a look at some of our other matchups tonight. And Tom, the Valley Vikings are going to go play the La Cueva Bears. To be honest, La Cueva needs a win. You know, they had a really good win at Hope Christian, and you know, and then they go and lose to Del Norte, something they hadn't done since 1986, something they haven't done since I was born.
Well, see,
You
that
know?
was Gene Pino was coaching Del Norte.
I know. I talked to Gene about it.
You know, yeah.
He was really excited.
And the thing of it was, when they beat them, they didn't have seniors yet. La Cueva didn't. That was, I think, that might have been the first or second year they had a school, but they didn't have any seniors, I know, that time. And because my son was playing for La Cueva then.
How about that?
I remember
And
I
drag.
saw that game because they played Del Norte, and my son, they had like 3 teams, but they had like 2 JVs because they had so many kids, and they didn't have any seniors. But my son, he played in all 3 games. So
Well,
I kept waiting
Ed
for him to
Drag's
come.
playing.
I asked the kids, "Where's Ed at?" And they said, "He's out there. He's warming up, coach." And so that was the year that they beat La Cueva.
And in Valley, I mean, I don't know what to expect. They have some decent talent. Obviously, Coleman does a great job. They got absolutely obliterated by Volcano Vista in a game that we saw.
Yeah, that was a game. That was an anomaly, as they call them. That was because they had them like by 50 points.
Was a 44-4 run.
Yes. Well, it was 36-0.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean,
just out
I've
of
never
control.
seen a game where a team scored 36 points in a row. And because it was fairly decent before that.
I've
36
seen
in
La
a row.
Cueva where, I mean, La Cueva looks like they can be really good, and then I've seen La Cueva where they look like, well, this could be a long year. So it'll be interesting. That can, by the way, recognizing some Hall of Fame players, La Cueva will be. So that'll happen tonight, starting at 6:30.
I know Troy Danoff because I ate at the banquet with his dad, and he said he was getting inducted to La Cuevas. I don't know the other ones, but I know Troy is, and of course, he played basketball and football. And football, he started 4 years for UCLA, and so he's
Well,
a great athlete.
if you want to know who else is going to be in their Hall of Fame, then just check out the stream tonight. We'll have it for you. Other game that we have tonight, La Cueva is taking on Rio Rancho at Rio Rancho. This is girls. Very good girls matchup because undefeated matchups. 5-0 La Cueva, 4-0, I think, surprising to most, Rio Rancho.
Yeah.
Kaya Ingram is unbelievable, so that'll be a game tonight. Really excited about that.
And she's a freshman, isn't she?
No, Kaya Ingram is the junior for La
Junior.
Cueva, right? She was injured last year, just
It's
complete talent.
Yeah, I think it's Watkins or something. They have a freshman starting for him, and I know a little bit about the team, but I won't talk about that on the air.
All right, so tomorrow night, Tom, some more action for you. The game that'll be statewide televised on My50 TV from Volcano Vista High School, El Dorado. And obviously going to be interesting because they got a game tonight against a really good team. So El Dorado's going to take on the Volcano Vista Hawks. Love this matchup. Think it should be good.
And as Roy said, that when we had our Christmas party Wednesday, he said, I got 2 tough ones in a row, man. I have the Trisco Heritage, and then I got Volcano Vista.
He knows, on the
They said,
road.
On the road, both of them on the road before Christmas. They said, that's a great Christmas present.
Well, it could be a good Christmas
If they win them
present.
both, that would be, he'll be opening those presents quite early.
All right, and then also Saturday night, we've got a couple others for you. The Clovis Wildcats are 4-3, much improved. We know that as they take on the just won a game Rio Rancho Rams, who are now 4-1. So that'll be at 6:30, and then also Saturday, we've got a girls game for you. The Sandia Matadors take on the Cibola Cougars. So 7 games for you here in the next 2 games.
Yeah, that's our Christmas present to you people out there that love basketball.
And then, as Tom said, we got 2 great tournaments for you. We'll have the Los Lunas boys and girls side of the tournament next week, starting on Thursday, and we'll have the Rio Rancho tournament starting on Thursday as well. The Jalen Berger All-State Holiday Hoops Classic, as it's always named, and we'll have that championship game. Tom, you and I will do it. It'll be on My 50 TV, so we'll be looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, that's always a great tournament, and they always treat you right, and always have some good teams there. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, we appreciate it. That is Tom Dragmeister. One more segment when we return here on a gorgeous Friday from the Proview Network studios.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, #life change will occur.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
This is Coach Borrego of the Charlotte Hornets. Hello to all you parents out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I want to congratulate 38 years for the AYBL. You guys are doing a great job. You've shaped a lot of lives, young men and women, and you'll continue to do that. Parents, get involved, sign your kid up. It's a great program. It helped shape who I am today, helped shape me as a basketball player, as a coach. So get out there, sign them up. Have a great season. Good luck to everybody.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, 4 Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
This is Amaya Brown from the CBLO Cougars. You are watching the Daily Rundown only on Proview Network's Comcast Channel 26.
Back to action. It is a Friday here on the Rundown. Adam Deal with the crew in the zoo as we get ready for some monster games tonight. Everyone's getting busy. Everyone's getting all their stuff ready because all these guys got games to do tonight. But, hey, it doesn't mean we can't have a little fun right now. No hype or no hype? Why don't you just play it just for fun? I mean, why not? You got Ball So Hard University. Yeah, there you go.
Aldini Iwani, Ball So Hard University.
Is Aldini Iwani hype or not hype on these Rio Rancho Rams, or is this just an early season start?
I don't know. I'm mid-level hype on this one. You know, it's like. Because Rio Rancho, like, they're in definitely the toughest district in basketball, but Patterson and all those other guys, I feel like they'll come around, but it's just going to be really hard for them because of what district they're in. But I see them doing good things this year, though.
Okay. Okay. Are you hype or not hype on the El Dorado Eagles getting at least one win out of these two big games?
I would say I'm definitely hype. At least I'd rather. I think they're going to win tonight, and then they could actually win both of these games. I'm going to say hype on them winning both games this weekend.
Whoa, hype.
Atrisco, I feel like they're a good team. They have solid pieces from their championship team last year, but I don't feel like they have the scoring capabilities to consistently stay with Eldo if Quintana and what's the other guy's name?
Cam Valencia?
Yeah, Cameron Valencia. Like, if they're on tonight and they're scoring in bunches, I don't know if Atrisco is set up to keep up with them. But that's why I'm interested in the Saturday game a little more, is because I feel like Volcano Vista definitely has the offensive power to stay with El Dorado. And I feel like they're a mirror image of, both teams are kind of mirror images of each other. They play that, they just play basketball the right way, Both teams have great coaches, Roy and what's his name?
Greg.
Mike Brown or Brown?
Greg, yeah, Greg Brown. You got the Brown,
Yeah.
I was chatting with a coach last night, and I completely agree. Like, the matchup there is great with Greg and Roy. I think it's going to be very difficult for El Dorado just because it's back-to-back nights to play at that level, because this is potentially, semifinal type games, right? Like state semifinal, at least quarterfinals. So to go back-to-back, maybe a real good test for this El Dorado team. Dude, other guys have to pick it up, though, around Cameron Valencia and Tyler Quintana, and that's just fact. El Dorado showed they could be very vulnerable, as you saw them against Oñate. So Cameron Valencia, Quintana, man, they've got to be
that's
on point.
That's the main difference from last
and
year.
I promise this, Sutphen's going to make those guys work tonight. They're going to be tired tomorrow. I think Volcano's
definitely
set up in a perfect position here, because they're going to get El Dorado, at their most vulnerable.
Yeah, definitely. I think that definitely works in Volcano's favor, especially with DeMarcus.
Woo!
He's
Excuse me.
one of the better. Excuse you. Oh my God! No, I'm just kidding. But,
yeah, that was just a sneeze on live TV.
But yeah, I agree with that point. Sutphen, no matter which one he guards, I believe that it's going to be tough for these Cameron Valencia and Quintana on Saturday night, because Sutphen's definitely going to shut one of them down. And, that's what I like about his game, is that he's not worried about getting points. He's more worried about shutting down their best scoring option for the other team. But Volcano's such a good team. Are they playing tonight? Is Volcano playing tonight?
Not playing. Volcano's not playing tonight, so it's a benefit for them. So it's.
And then it's at El Dorado, right? Tomorrow, or is it at Volcano?
No, it's at Volcano. I mean, that's 2 road games, man.
Yeah,
it's
two road games. It's going to be tough, but
Jake,
I expect them to steal tonight and then lose tomorrow.
By the way, Jay, if you'd pay attention, I was trying to, get your attention so you could mute me so I don't have to sneeze on air on live TV. All right? That's on you.
That's
you
the
gotta
kind of
step your
stuff
game.
that gets you kicked out of the Ball So Hard lounge,
You gotta
stuff
step
like
your
that,
game up, man. Hey, can you throw that dunk up again? That was I think that was pretty crazy. We're talking about this. All right, watch this. Watch this.
That's in.
That's in. You don't see that often, huh?
Dang, that's crazy. You know what I like about it too? Like, I feel like you try to do like a little bit like LeBron James, like bring it up here and throw it down, But that's
Does it hit his
physics right
head?
there. Like, how often
No.
does that happen? Like, the ball literally goes in, and then it just goes, hey, I'm stuck in the net, and I'm gonna come back up the way I came.
Did they count it as a hoop or no? All right, well, that's all the time we have.
How about what I am hype on this year? Look how many dunks we have already. Last year we had this amount of dunks like in the whole season in the first like 2 weeks.
You are 100% right.
Like
I'm with
these
it.
kids this year, they're definitely
Putting some jams down.
Yeah, they're definitely I'd say not maybe better, but they're a little more athletic than last year's players for sure, I feel like. And you know what? Keep them coming. We'll put them on the top 10 every time. You dunk, you get on the top 10.
That is the crew in the zoo. Hey, we want to wish you a happy holiday. We're not going to be here, so happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever you're doing, have some fun.
What's
we
your
won't be here
favorite?
Monday.
What's your favorite Christmas movie, Adam?
Oh man, it's you know what? It's Home Alone, but Elf is right there. I'm an Elf guy. I love it, but Home Alone. I got to go Home Alone.
See, I feel like mine's definitely The Grinch because that's like one day I aspire to be that guy.
I can see
You know, like if I ever have kids, you know, I'm gonna fill up like their stockings with coal.
Don't listen
and all
to him.
kinds of stuff. But then I'll hook them
Don't
up
listen
fat
to
still
him.
at the end. You know, like it'll be a bunch of coal, but then they'll get like an Xbox One or a PS4.
Oh, okay. Then if you
Yeah.
do that, then you're good.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Appreciate Tom Drag from the crew in the zoo, Adam Deal. See you.